Alright, are we back? Are we good? Let's see. Check on my phone. Right, looking good. Do I want to make it too hard for myself. I'm stupid. Also not great at gaming, but I think this should be fine. Okay. Well, let's start. We'll have to head up the oven now since it's gonna be voiced.
Let's get this started, shall
Oh, I
we?
gotta turn that up.
Welcome back to the trial grounds, everyone. Unlike previously, today will be no circus. No mockery woven with stitches and needles. A true, fair, and proper trial will commence. A battle of wits between the blackened and the spotless. I doubt I have to explain the rules to you again.
No, being
But even so, you
butcher.
must vote for who you believe is the blackened. If the blackened receives the majority of votes, only they will be punished, and the rest of you will resume your killing game experience. However, if you vote for the wrong person,
Okay, Tosu, we get it.
then expect no sympathy from
I've
your
done enough of
hosts.
before.
All spotless students will meet a tragic end, or the blackened will be granted release from this academy. Happy discussing! We pray for your survival and success.
Can someone please break this silence?
You just did.
I don't want to talk about this.
You're doing it right now.
Wolfgang deserves justice,
Silly Mark.
but putting everyone's lives on the line like this is just cruel.
Oh, crap. Without a lawyer, we're totally screwed.
Well, we got the master debater on our side.
Whenever I turn my head, I keep expecting to see him at his podium.
Oh, don't cry, Toshiko. He's in a better place now, you hear?
My poor girl.
Whichever one of you sick bastards did this, whatever it takes, no matter if I have to kick the brains out of every single person here, I'll find you.
Do you really gotta resort to violence?
Let's just stay calm, okay? Making peace with our situation is, the first step in handling it. How the hell can I stay calm when there's a killer on the loose? That bastard is watching us right now, fully content putting our lives on the line. Is that what you call peace? Being at the mercy of some dickhead silent observer?
Well, nobody knows for sure if the killer is even a silent observer.
She's saying he killed himself?
If anything, the killer might try to feign
Oh,
innocence through other means. For instance, pretending to be outspoken about the case.
Okay, Eloise.
What the?
Right, pop off,
Are you accusing me of something?
I mean, what you did during the investigation seems really suspicious.
What did Grace do?
She stood in front of Wolfgang's dorm room and wouldn't let anyone go inside. Intentionally or not, it really hindered our investigation.
Because of Grace, almost everyone who planned to investigate Wolfgang's dorm gave up and went elsewhere. It was only after some of us started protesting that she finally relented. You know, for someone who seems so adamant about finding Wolfgang's killer, it's odd she tried to conceal potential evidence.
I'm not saying Grace is definitely the killer. I just think we should be cautious of her.
She has an alibi, though.
Huh?
Grace couldn't have murdered anyone, because she went to the game tournament.
Grace attended the tournament?
Does that rule her out from committing the murder?
Well, yeah. We had to be at the dining hall by 9 a.m.-ish, which was like half an hour before the murder. Nobody left the tournament after it started either. Nobody I know of, anyway.
There weren't many of us there. Had someone disappeared, it would have been obvious.
So, Grace is off the hook? Wow. That plot thread resolved itself quicker than I was anticipating.
So Jean, Grace, and Kai attended Cassidy and Jet's game tournament.
And me.
And Mark.
Oh, wow.
Damon and I also attended the tournament. We can also vouch for Grace.
You're welcome.
You guys aren't lying, are you?
Yes, Desmond. All 8 of us are lying at once.
What the heck? Are you seriously doubting 8 testimonies?
If the 8 of you were really together when Wolfgang was discovered, then Kai, doesn't that contradict what you said before the investigation? You told everyone you and Damon found Wolfgang first. How is that possible if you guys never left the dining hall?
What is Bro on about? What happened here? Damon and me, we just found him like this.
I never said I didn't leave the dining hall!
But earlier you told us you were with the other attendees.
Guys, so many.
That's because us partygoers left the dining hall together.
Just putting words in people's mouths.
When the blackout struck, the tournament folk joined arms and headed straight downstairs. I would know. I saw him.
There was a blackout?
You don't remember?
Actually, I don't recall a power outage either.
How could that be? Did an alternate timeline converge with ours?
Why some people can recall a blackout, but not others? Looking back on the testimonies I've collected, I can probably make an educated guess. First gameplay element. Blackout affected one building.
I got it.
I got it. I'm so good at this game.
The reason not everyone experienced the blackout is because only the building containing our dorms was affected. If I had to guess, the courtyard and
I did
tree
not play
area are
the
connected to
prologue.
separate power sources.
And I've never actually played a game of Dungeon Crawl.
So
I've
the
only watched
tournament
playthroughs, so
attendees were affected, yet they left the dining hall? Why not stay put until the power returned? Because we were the ones who brought it back! It didn't seem like the power was being restored anytime soon, so we took up the challenge of fixing it ourselves. And just our luck, boom! We found a spare generator lying in one of the storage closets. Of course, then we found Wolfgang.
Okay.
She's right. The 8 of us split into 4 pairs and inspected a storage room each.
Because of the Tosu trinket map, we know which ones, too. Eva and Grace check storage closet A. Jet and I check storage closet B. Damon and Kai check storage closet C. And Jean and Mark check storage closet D.
Yeah, I was with Grace. She can confirm being with me too. Yeah, we were together.
didn't realize. I'm so sorry for what I said earlier.
It's okay,
Sorry?
Louise. You're trying your best.
You're sorry for accusing me of murder. Sorry doesn't cut it, you conniving two-faced bitch!
Oh, Jesus
You
Grace.
really want my mercy, then get on your knees and beg for it!
Oh my
Whoa! Uncool, dude.
Hang on. Even if you aren't involved in Wolfgang's murder, you must know something about his last known whereabouts.
What makes you think she'd be privy to that?
You see, there's proof Grace spent last night with Wolfgang.
Grace and Loya Man? Talk about an unexpected pairing.
Holy shit.
When I investigated Wolfgang's room, I saw a bunch of golfing equipment inside. Also, there was a blue woman's jacket tossed over the mantle of Wolfgang's bed.
He's right. I also saw the equipment and the clothes.
The clothes are understandable, maybe. But why was golfing equipment in the room?
Yo, little history dude. Wolfgang must have spilt the beans with you, right?
Why would Ulysses know anything?
Common courtesy. If you're gonna have a one-night stand, you gotta let your roomie know in advance.
Jedi was joking.
Common courtesy also says you should watch your mouth around children.
Yes, ma'am.
She comes right next to you.
So if I'm getting this right, Ulysses is bunking with Wolfgang?
Was.
Well, we only shared a dorm for one night.
You aren't bunking with him anymore?
He's dead, Toshio.
Let me provide some context. As you may remember, after Desmond suggested everyone bunk together, the male students were directed to the dining hall. Once there, we played rock, paper, scissors to determine who would partner with who. Jet partnered with Mark, Desmond with Jean, Damon with Kai, and I with Wolfgang. Those were the pairings at the time. However, the following day, Grace and I agreed to swap rooms.
Yeah? Why'd you do that?
For reasons.
Totally not suspicious.
It was a win-win situation. I get Grace out of my hair. She gets me out of hers.
You two were originally bunking together?
The pairings were decided via a game of tic-tac-toe. I wasn't big on my partner being chosen for me, so when the opportunity arose to change that, I took it.
Thus, I became Winona's roommate, and Grace became Wolfgang's.
Can confirm. I watched the whole thing play out.
Since the room swap happened the night after we implemented the bunk buddy system, that would mean Grace and Wolfgang have been bunking for about a day and a half. Ugh, gross.
In that case, Desmond was right about those two being together last night. Grace, did Wolfgang act strange at any point? Like, maybe he said something that stuck out to you, or... Oh, maybe had trouble getting to sleep.
No. Nothing weird happened last night. Nothing happened last night, but...
But...
Not a whole lot of gameplay I'm noticing.
The morning of the murder, this morning, Wolfgang told me he felt sick.
Sick?
With a stomachache. It hurt so bad he couldn't get out of bed. I was gonna cancel my plans for today, but he convinced me to attend the tournament. So, I left his room right after the morning announcement. And yes, I'm talking about the game tournament. The same one Wolfgang acted all hesitant about attending. Newsflash, I changed his mind after breakfast yesterday.
Hold on a sec. That ain't what you told me this morning.
Yes.
What did Grace tell you?
Simply put, she felt like competing. Grace knew I planned to compete as well, so she asked me to be her sparring partner, since you needed one to enter the tournament.
She withheld information.
Aye, that she did.
Well, Grace, can't believe you lie like that.
Of course, since I now know Wolfgang's condition at the time, I can't say I blame her. If someone you cared for was in a vulnerable position, would you go around and admit that in a killing game? No. You would try to protect that person by saying nothing at all.
When you put it that way. Man, sounds rough.
I think it's obtuse.
Of course you do, Nona.
Say we assume the best of Grace. She withheld information not to trick anyone, but to protect someone she cares about. What then?
What the hell do you mean, contradiction?
If your bunking partner was too ill to make the short trek to the dining hall, how did he walk all the way to the boiler room?
Good point. If Wolfgang really were bedridden, he would have stayed in his room.
Now that you mention it, to reach the underground floor, wouldn't Wolfgang need to descend, like, 4 flights of stairs? It's nothing for a healthy person, but for a guy who's supposedly really...
I'll say I can check the...
It's not my fault it doesn't make sense.
Okay. Alright, good. And does it also mean I can... Awesome, perfect.
Yeah. Didn't we decide Grace wasn't the killer anyway?
That's not to say she doesn't know more than she's letting on.
I'm not withholding anything else. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Too many people are letting their emotions cloud their judgment. I need to solve this mystery and set things straight. Oh god, non-stop debate. Hold on, hang on. Hold on. I don't know the controls. I do not know the controls.
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
Hang on. I don't know the controls. F3? Okay. WASD to change bullets. Right click to fire bullets. Spacebar to focus. And Q to cycle bullets? What does that even mean? Okay.
I've got nothing else to explain.
F1.
The last I saw Wolfgang, he was in our dorm room.
Okay, hear me out. Secret hallways.
We would have found those by now.
Maybe Wolfgang was carried by the killer.
That, or Wolfgang never told Grace he was sick.
I wouldn't lie about what he said.
What if Wolfgang used the elevator in the tree?
You're not helping.
Oh my god, I'm scared. In Grace's testimony, would she still at fault for that?
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
I've got nothing else to explain. The last I saw Wolfgang, he was in our dorm room.
Okay, hear me out. Secret hallways.
We would have found those by now.
Maybe Wolfgang was carried by the killer.
That, or Wolfgang never told Grace he was sick.
I wouldn't lie about...
Why don't you tell everyone?
Maybe Wolfgang was carried by the killer.
That, or Wolfgang never told Grace he was sick.
I wouldn't lie about what he said.
Wolfgang used the elevator in the tree.
You're not helping.
Okay, can I look at the truth bullets?
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
Nothing else to explain. Maybe Wolfgang was
Oh, I'm sorry.
If Wolfgang was killed in his storm room.
Okay.
Why don't you tell everyone the truth,
Let me
Grace?
look at the evidence. What was the other?
I've got nothing else to explain. The last I saw Wolfgang, he was in our dorm room.
I don't know. I don't think it's Tozu tablet. Maybe it's Toshika's fetch quest. Did we agree that he took the elevator?
Okay, hear me out.
So sick.
I wouldn't lie about what he.
What if Wolfgang used the elevator?
You will not help people.
Don't interrupt me! My spidey senses tell me that Wolfgang
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
Oh god. I really don't know.
I've got nothing else to explain. The last I saw Wolfgang, he was in our dorm room.
We're saying that Grace lied. Maybe she was just.
Okay.
So sick.
Maybe Grace has some kind of reason for lying about what Wolfgang said this morning.
How?
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
I've got nothing else to explain. The last I saw Wolfgang, he was in our dorm room.
Oh my god. Okay. It's not that, right?
Maybe Wolfgang was carried.
I don't know what to do here.
If Wolfgang was killed in his storm room.
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
Is it the secret hallways?
I've got nothing else.
Sorry, game over, I guess. I'm so... Can I change the difficulty, please?
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
Okay, hear me out.
Hello?
Cassidy's right. There's
You can't just make up
Yes, that's.
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
secret.
Cassidy's right.
You can't.
Yes, that.
Why don't you tell
So it's not that, I don't
We
think.
would have.
Maybe Wolfgang was carried by the killer.
That, or
Or
Wolfgang.
wait, no, we would be contradicting.
What if Wolfgang?
Oh, Toshiko's Spanish. That's maybe, Diana?
Why don't you?
We would have found those.
Maybe Wolfgang was
No, that's wrong!
God! I'm so good at this game, wow.
It's true Grace's testimony is inconsistent with where we found Wolfgang's body. But that's not Grace's fault. The only person we should be blaming is Wolfgang himself.
What the heck? Why are you blaming him?
Simple. Because he lied about being sick.
Seriously?
You can cooperate. Can't you, Toshiko? During the investigation, you told me you saw Wolfgang in the hallways at 8:10 a.m.
That's after I left.
Yeah, I need to be paying
Yes.
way more attention because
remember
I've
now.
just been, like, ignoring them.
Anchored. She developed a headache, so I went to the pharmacy to find some medication. The trip itself went fine, but when I returned to the hallway, I found myself face to face
with Wolfgang.
Hold the phone! Toshiko actually saw Wolfgang?
Right, okay. They don't
We
know
had a
the evidence
normal,
that I
pleasant
collected.
exchange. He appeared perfectly healthy and even mentioned going to the tournament. Of course, he never made it.
I don't want to be that guy, but can anyone confirm this?
Mm-hmm. I heard them chatting a while in my room. Though I was bedridden like a sitting goose, I could still make out their voices here and there.
Strange. He told Grace he wouldn't attend the tournament, but then said the opposite to Toshiko.
Sounds like he was telling fibs to conceal his actual intentions.
And what's his true plan supposed to be?
To go to the boiler room. Most likely.
I'm lost. What business would a guy like him have down there?
Why did Wolfgang go to the boiler room? That I can answer. Is the no? Is the no? Where is it? Suspicious? Yes.
This is it. During the investigation, I found this note tucked away inside Wolfgang's blazer pocket. A lot of it is water damaged. The paper looks like it was ripped from a notebook, and the handwriting was done in ink, but some parts are still legible.
Secret. 8:15 a.m. Boiler room. Close the door.
This mentions the boiler room.
Exactly. The fact we found Wolfgang in the boiler room, and this note in his pocket. It can't be a coincidence. This note must be the reason Wolfgang went there.
That mention of a secret sure is suspicious. I'm willing to bet Wolfie's reason had something to do with it.
Agreeing to meet a stranger in some spooky, dark place? Wolfgang had nerves of steel.
Ulysses, Grace, do you remember Wolfgang getting delivered a weird note?
No. The only time I recall him receiving anything was when Tozu distributed those envelopes.
I don't know anything about a note.
Really? Wolfgang shared nothing with you guys?
Guess he didn't want them to know what it said.
Right. And if Wolfgang wanted to keep this note a secret, he would obviously want to keep the meeting a secret too.
Then the reason he told Grace he felt sick
Was to remove her from the picture. Yeah. Once she's not in the room, Wolfgang has his opportunity to sneak out and head downstairs. That's also why he encouraged her to attend the tournament.
So he didn't want her to make friends.
Didn't this same
Sad.
guy ask us to share our blackmail with each other? Talk about double standards.
Are we sure he wasn't just trying to protect Grace? Maybe he knew he was meeting someone dangerous, so he thought it would be safer not to involve her.
That does sound like something Wolfgang would do.
Not to interrupt, but on the subject of blackmail, did Wolfgang ever confront the person he had?
Oh? You don't know whose blackmail he got?
Well, if you recall what Wolfgang said originally.
For that reason, I implore you all to speak with the person whose blackmail you have, and them only. Even if the contents of the envelope seem horrible, give the person a chance to explain themselves.
Regardless of the blackmail's contents, it would be treated as a matter between the recipient and the subject of the blackmail, and no one else. Which makes me wonder, could whether or not Wolfgang confronted his person clue us into what had originally been written on that note?
I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
If that person somehow realized Wolfgang carried their blackmail, but never came forward about it, they could have demanded Wolfgang show it to them, hence the mention of a secret. However, if Wolfgang did confront his person, I don't see why that same person would then send him a threatening note, not least act coy about information they both know.
If the person being blackmailed wasn't the one who wrote the note, who was?
Obviously, it would be the student with Wolfgang's blackmail.
Oh, I knew that.
Yes, the secret in question may actually be a reference to Wolfgang's blackmail, not the sender's.
Guys,
Is there
it's not
any way
like
to
that.
figure out whose secret it is?
We'd probably need to know whose blackmail Wolfgang had first.
Oh, I've got just the idea. Yo, person who Wolfgang had blackmail on. If he gave you your blackmail back, can you say something?
Don't forget the person with Wolfgang's blackmail.
Oh, right. Hey, person who's got Wolfgang's blackmail. If you're innocent, say something already.
Damon, say something. Yes. Would telling everyone that Wolfgang's blackmail really guarantee my innocence in their eyes? If you hide stuff from them, they're just gonna think you're the culprit. I don't know. Although everyone may follow my direction during the trial, so they can't ignore the evidence on my side. When it comes to me, of all people owning Wolfgang's blackmail, how do I know they won't suddenly change their tune? They might chastise me for not revealing his blackmail sooner. Or maybe they'll think I'm confessing and accuse me of murdering him. Just share it! It's not like I wouldn't be able to refute their arguments, but do I really want to subject myself to all of that? Does the trajectory of this trial really depend on whether or not I just say
I was
it?
hesitant to admit it, since I knew it would put me on the spot. But I'd rather be suspected than be the reason this trial comes to a standstill.
From the trailer. Yeah?
Are you confessing? Do you have Wolfgang's blackmail?
Nah, not his.
Okay.
Seriously? Way to be anticlimactic.
However, it's thanks to him that I have my own.
Your own?
Wolfgang approached me the same day everyone received an envelope. Funnily enough, it happened right after I'd finished speaking with my own person. He and we had a good talk. He gave me his envelope and asked me to take care of it, if you need the proof.
Ah, Wolfgang's envelope had the same signature.
Aye. I held on to the letter for safekeeping. This should have all been said sooner. I realized that. I suppose my pride was stronger than my rectitude.
Okay, Damon, perfect
My
opportunity to
mistake,
come forward and say
stringing
you have
everyone
Wolfgang's.
I mean, at least you're honest.
Like some people here.
Thanks for letting us know, bud.
Indeed. To recognize, to acknowledge one's own misdoings is a most virtuous feat, I believe.
Right. It's very noble.
Damon!
I take it our other blackmail person
my
isn't gonna
God.
step forward?
If nothing happens, let's just have everyone recite whose blackmail they got one by one.
Huh? You sure that's a good idea?
No one's reciting shit!
It was only a suggestion. Calm your farm.
Even if we knew who had Wolfgang's blackmail, that doesn't
James,
necessarily
for the love
mean
of-
they're his killer.
You're making it
It's
so
annoying they
obvious.
won't speak up, sure. But unlike John, they would actually need to reveal Wolfgang's blackmail to prove they have it. This person might just want to respect Wolfgang's request to keep the blackmail between two people. Especially now that
You're
he's
so
gone.
bad at lying.
I don't know. Is it really okay if we never find out?
Circumstantial evidence alone can't prove something beyond a reasonable doubt. If we want to solve this case, we need indisputable evidence.
Yeah. It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle without the box art to help you.
The cases, or...
Obviously, the case. The more pieces you connect, the clearer the image you're constructing becomes. The clearer the image, the more you can assume about it. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's actually just doing
Once
a
we know
pencil
how
earlier.
Wolfgang
That's
died,
so
the rest of this
crazy.
case should fall
They
into
didn't
place.
have butter. It's very hard to do.
You certainly talk a lot stranger than you used to. But I think I get it.
Well, I don't want to be the one to start, but we can all agree Wolfgang was stabbed to death, right?
Stabbed to death?
When I was in the boiler room, I saw a knife bobbing around in the water near him. And on the ground, there was blood. Dried blood. On the boiler room floor and on the hallway
The killer
floor.
was the one who got attacked by Wolfgang. And Jet's kind of suspicious if you would even for him.
That's gotta be Wolfgang's blood, right?
The knife was bloody, so...
Huh. Seems like a brawl happened in the hallway. While poor Wolfie was minding his own business, he was confronted by the killer, who attacked him and chased him into the boiler room.
That would line up with how we found him.
The killer stabbed Wolfgang in the hallway and followed him into the boiler room. No, that's not what happened. I need to show everyone where they've gone wrong. Okay, now it's time to wait. Part 2. Oh god. Use a tablet. 2.
Is this really how you guys think Wolfgang died?
The bloody knife is way too big of a coincidence. It was floating in the water right next to him.
Not just that, there's blood on the boiler room floor.
Just,
And along the underground hallway.
A confrontation must have happened in those hallways.
Nah, it was probably a sneak attack. The killer snuck up on Wolfgang, stabbed him from behind, and the rest is history.
With that knife wielding villain on his tail, Wolfgang had no other place to run but the boiler room.
So, the killer entered the boiler room after him, which was when they, you know, ended it.
It don't make sense.
The story they're trying to spin here is definitely not the truth. You can conclude as much from the crime scene.
Is this really how you guys think Wolfgang died?
The bloody knife is way too big of a coincidence.
Not just that, there's blood on the...
What happened in those hallways?
Nah, it was probably a sneak attack. The killer snuck up on Wolfgang, stabbed him from behind.
No, that's wrong!
Jet, you talk a lot about the knife and the bloodstains on the floor, but did you ever look at Wolfgang himself?
I gave him a glance. Nothing too deep.
I figured. Had you actually taken the time to look at Wolfgang's back, you would have noticed a clear absence of stab wounds. In fact, none of the injuries he sustained were the type to cause severe blood loss. Seriously. We went over the same thing with Cassidy during the mock trial. Couldn't you give Wolfgang the dignity of a proper investigation?
Hey, man! It's not like I didn't try! It's just... this stuff doesn't come easy, you know? Nobody wakes up thinking they'll have to solve their buddy's murder later.
Isn't that exactly what you should be worrying about in a killing game?
Not everyone has the stomach for investigating. That's fine. That's why you got people like me to do the heavy lifting. Since some of us here weren't able to investigate Wolfgang's body, I'll lay out his injuries. There were 2 marks on the back of his neck, a bruise, and a tiny red dot. His hands were burnt too, so 3 injuries in total. Besides that, I caught nothing else.
Burns, you say?
Sugar high, my dear Wilson. Can I use the flamethrower?
These didn't look like normal burns. Not the sort you'd get from a stove fire, or a hot iron, or a flamethrower, I suppose.
Contradicting my theory outright? Jeez. So this is the thanks I get for vocalizing my thoughts?
Sorry, lass.
Yes, if I may add on to what John said, the burns actually bore a strong resemblance to what you might see in cases of corona paralysis.
Chiaro, huh?
You think it took his voice actor to get that right.
Now this I know. Coronoparalysis. It's something which happens to lightning strike victims.
Yeah,
getting struck by lightning is like getting kicked by a horse. The impact is so shocking. Some people will lose all feeling in their limbs for a few hours.
I was aware of lightning paralysis. but even I didn't know its official name. That's a nice head you've got on your shoulders.
Lots of people tend to overlook the importance of lightning safety, especially where I'm from. My grandpappy once tried working out in the open during a thunderstorm. Pure luck's the only reason he lived to see the next day.
Sorry to hear that and all, but what does lightning have to do with anything?
Well, if I had to guess, Ulysses, did it look like a big old tree was drawn on Wolfie?
A big old tree. Yes, that's how I would describe the burns on Wolfgang.
So Wolfgang had lightning strike scars?
We're trapped inside a building, though. Lightning can't come from anywhere.
Could he not have been struck before the killing game?
Guys.
Fate is stronger than will, you know. Perhaps a deity decreed the glow of his altruism from their heavenly abode and felt him a threat.
Nay, those burns were fresh. One look was all it took for me to know that. If he had these scars before, we would have noticed them anyway.
But if those marks were recently inflicted, wouldn't it mean Wolfgang somehow went outside?
Not necessarily.
Guys, it's not that hard.
This is only something I thought of just now, but the reason Wolfgang sustained burns similar to that of lightning strike victims
They're like
maybe
two
because
different,
whatever inflicted his burns
like, methods
was
of
equivalent in
inflicting
damage to a
electrical
lightning strike.
burns.
You saying there's something out here channeling the power of lightning?
Right, if I take that object into consideration, let's see. Okay.
This is it. Ulysses, since you write everything down, do you have a description of the boiler room in your notebook?
Yes, I do. Why?
Since some people here never investigated the crime scene, they probably aren't as familiar with the room as we are. So, you should read out your description of it.
Sure. The boiler room consists of a small concrete platform surrounded by ankle-deep water. Throughout the room are boxes filled with various garbage, and in the back looks to be a generator, charred beyond belief. What you just heard is a brief summary of my notes.
Hear that? There's a generator inside the boiler room. Of all the things which could deal similar damage to a lightning strike, doesn't a generator sound the most likely?
Didn't Ulysses say it was destroyed?
At the time of the investigation, sure. But it wasn't always destroyed. You probably don't remember. But back when we found the dummy, I mentioned something about the underground floor.
All the way back. Oh my god, okay, we'll go through this again.
To be more specific, it was the boiler room I woke up inside. I hadn't been alone either. Ava was also there.
I woke up first.
Yeah. She did. Anyway, Ava, you agreed the generator was in full working condition when we woke up, right?
Right.
So in the time since you woke up there, the generator was destroyed?
It's the only possibility. As for what destroyed the generator, well, it's hard to say for sure. My best guess would probably be...
Don't
waste my time.
What do you want, Elena? You're wasting my time, girly pop.
Two things. First, destroyed is overly vague. Ulysses explained the state of the generator much better.
His finger is just
charred beyond belief.
cut off.
Second, and more importantly, where's your proof the generator inflicted those burns?
What are you talking about? The generator must be involved. It's near where Wolfgang is lying.
Being within range of something counts as proof now, does it? Do you also consider happenstance as conclusive evidence? Finding out a standard shift, if so.
That?
Damn it. She's trying to make me look like an idiot. If I let this continue, others might start to doubt me. I need to stop her before she veers the trial off track. I thought you were the only one with an interjection animation. Think again. Sometimes a student will dislike your argument so much that they will initiate a one-on-one debate. We call this the Battle Showdown. The Battle showdown, their opponent will fling a flurry of remarks at you. It's your job to counter them. Hello! Using the WASD keys to slice through your opponent's argument, naturally you will slash in the direction of the button pressed. Oh god, I've never done this before. To slice diagonally, simply press 2 keys at the same time. Be sure to pay close attention to the shape, size, and position of your opponent's remarks, as these will clue you into what direction you should slice. Don't know what that means. Every time you strike white text, the green side of the screen will shift left to represent your argument succeeding. Likewise, every time you miss white text, the orange side of the screen will shift right to show that your opponent is winning. If you cut through enough remarks, you will advance to the next stage. If you haven't, you'll retreat. If you're somewhere in the middle, you and your opponent will wrestle for control in a short round of crosswords. In order to gain the upper hand, you must rapidly left-click. Now to the meat of the duel, truth blades. Similar to non-stop debates, any suspected contradictions will be highlighted in gold. Hold down right-click to slice them apart with a truth blade. Of course, don't start slicing the second you see gold. Assess the validity of the remark and check you have the correct truth blade. Now, let's not keep Winona waiting any longer. Battle, this is slowing down so much. I'm mature. Oh, you know what? I cannot hear myself think. Okay, I'm gonna be so bad at this.
While the generator may look suspicious, consider the time frame we're working with. If the only time you saw the generator in full working condition was on the day of our kidnapping, that gives us a period of almost 4 days, in which the generator might have been destroyed.
Wait, hang on, how do I refute? Oh my god.
What about the blackout? It's impossible for the generator to cause the blackout if it was already broken prior to the tournament.
What about the blackout? The building may very well have lost its power at any point before or after the murder.
How do I refute?
You only assume it happened during it. Not the smartest argument from a supposed ultimate debater. What about the blackout? The building may very well have lost its power at any point before or after the murder. You only assume it happened during it. Not the smartest argument from a supposed ultimate debater. What about the blackout? The building may very well have lost its power at any point before or after the murder.
Wait, how do I do this?
You only assume it happened during it. Not the smartest argument from a supposed ultimate debater.
Do I need to oh my god, how do I do this?
What about the blackout? The building may very well have lost its power.
I need a sec. Okay, so... Okay, do I just, like, fire it?
At any point before or after the murder.
I'll cut through those words!
There we go. I thought it might be the other one, but... Is this for this?
When the blackout happened, it froze a piece of equipment which had been set up for the game tournament. Mark's DJ pad. While there was no physical clock inside the dining hall, a digital one has been built into Mark's pad. If you look at what time the digital clock is frozen on, it matches the time of death listed on the tablet, 9:35 a.m.
Well, Mark, is this true?
There's no point in me saying anything when someone else has already said it better.
Just answer with a yes or no, will you?
Yes.
In any case, the matching times are too much of a coincidence. The destruction of the generator caused the blackout, and the blackout occurred at the time of the murder. There's no way the destruction of the generator wasn't tied to Wolfgang's death.
What do you suppose happened then?
I'm willing to bet the generator's destruction resulted in the boiler room's water becoming electrified. Since Wolfgang was discovered kneeling in the water, you can reason he was standing in it at the time this happened there.
Damon, you and I both know that's not true.
Huh?
Did you forget? It's impossible for the water in the boiler room to play a role in Wolfgang's murder, because it isn't even conductive.
It's not?
After Damon and I woke up in the boiler room, I wanted to investigate the flooded area, so I tested the water.
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Ava approach the pile of boxes and fish out a leg. Then, without hesitation, she chucked it into the water.
I even redid my test during the investigation, since Damon wasn't sure if he should touch Wolfgang's wet clothes. In both instances, I proved the water was safe to enter. To be honest, neither result really surprised me. Water will only act as a conductor if it makes contact with two separate energy sources. The boiler room's generator is just one source.
If you're standing in the water, one outlet should be enough. Speaking from experience, large bodies of water are terrifying conductors during storms. All it takes is one lightning bolt, and the surrounding miles are scorched.
But the generator is a slow, persistent source of electricity. It's not the same as a lightning strike.
Electricity is electricity. Doesn't matter how it manifests. The reason you two avoided electrocution is because the generator's exposed wires aren't even touching the water. If they were, you would have been scorched right from the start.
Maybe when the generator was destroyed, some of the wiring fell into the water?
Yes. Nah. Even in its current sorry state, the generator's wires are nowhere near the water.
It doesn't make sense for the generator to pose a danger anyway. The point of the killing game is for the students to kill each other, not for the facility to kill the students. A feature of the building killing a student would be a meaningless death because you can't attribute a student killer to it.
As for why the generator's been charred, sometimes electrical faults happen. Even my ship's engines have broken under particularly relentless storms. And if an electrical fault caused Wolfgang's death, then his murder is purely on the hosts, ain't it?
Of course! If we were responsible for his death, your lot wouldn't be here discussing it.
That's... Is the generator really unrelated to the case? But the timing of the blackout, it's too perfect. It can't be a coincidence.
Okay, since we've ruled out the generator, what else could have electrocuted Wolfgang?
It mightn't be relevant, but I did see one other thing on the boiler room floor. A toy gun or something. At least, that's how it came across to me.
Not a toy gun, a taser gun.
A taser? I'll shoot electricity!
I'm not sure how the taser fits in with this case, though. It doesn't seem to have been used.
Nope. The taser was definitely used.
How so? I didn't catch any sort of string protruding from it.
Not all taser guns release a string when fired. Some are completely wireless. For those types, you can tell they've been used if their blast doors are missing. Side note, blast doors are plastic panels which cover the muzzle of a taser. If a shot is fired, they pop clean off. When I was investigating the crime scene, I found the taser gun in one spot and its blast doors in another. Speaks for itself, yeah?
And here I was thinking the yellow bits were just random trash.
Where the heck did a taser gun even come from? Last time I checked, there weren't any lying around in the storage closets.
Maybe it belongs to someone here.
Huh?
Just think about it for 1 second. Everyone here has a dorm room which is themed around their talent.
Oh.
Mine's got DJ equipment.
Who would have a
Jet's
taser?
got car batteries. If that's what we have with our talents, what could someone with a dangerous talent have?
Are you talking about, like, knives and stuff? What? Is there something on my face?
Oh, you.
Forget this.
Please.
The person I'm talking about is Desmond.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh?
Desmond.
No way! You think the gun is Desmond's?
Yeah.
It's Desmond, though.
Hang on. You got it all mixed
Several
up.
the people that are accused in the first half of the trial.
Jean, do you know anything about this? As Desmond's roommate, perhaps you spotted something inside his dorm.
Alas, we stayed in my abode. I couldn't tell you if he had weapons.
Talk about suspicious.
Did Desmond agree to bunk in Jean's dorm so Jean wouldn't see the weapons in his?
Listen, I get where you guys are coming from,
Stole it
but
from Desmond's room.
that taser gun, it's
the
not
locks are
mine.
working.
I've never seen anything like it.
Okay,
No.
not.
That's a lie.
Okay, take that. Never
A
mind.
lie?
Just have to feign innocence, won't fool me. Not wanting the truth. His talent?
A marksman is obviously...
Like I said,
His blackmail.
I got it.
Oh! Right, I
The blackmail
completely
tools you
forgot
gave
about
us. That's my evidence.
you didn't get mine. Did you?
No. But the person who did informed me of what it said.
that. His weapon's at hand. Desmond guards the only one he trusts.
The writing style seems to match. I think it's legit.
That's more than a little suspicious, don't you think? Leaving a bunch of weapons unguarded during a killing game?
Don't judge me. This is the first time I'm hearing of it too.
You didn't know there were weapons in your room?
Yep, no idea.
Our rooms aren't particularly subtle in their theming. Are we supposed to believe yours is any different?
It is themed. I'm not denying that. But I sure as hell didn't catch sight of any weapons. If I did, do you seriously think I'd leave them unguarded and risk being found out?
Yeah. Desmond cares too much about everyone. He pointed out the broken doorknobs and gave us the idea to bunk together. Why would he hide weapons in his room?
Someone must have gotten the idea to rifle through my dorm because of my talent, and found the taser gun hidden inside. There's no other way to explain it.
That's what I'm
So while
thinking.
Desmond gets a bunch of guns, all I get is an old game console and a dead controller.
Take the bad with the good, dearest people. No one fears game consoles. Well, no one besides parents and the religiously inclined.
Enough talking about consoles. Why are you guys believing Desmond so easily? If the taser gun belongs to him, then he's the killer. Any argument he makes against it is just a flimsy excuse.
Oh, okay, right, we're back. Oh god, okay. Okay, request taser gun and increase testimony.
Desmond is the killer!
The taser gun. Okay, taser gun found at the scene of a crime, not...
The taser gun came from his room.
I had no idea the gun even existed. I was barely in my dorm to begin
This is
with.
testimony. It was just... Wait, it was just Wolfgang saying that... That's it.
Because he wanted to draw attention
Blackout. So it's probably...
away from your
the
weapons haul.
blackout, if I had to guess. There's the blackout. Oh, it's alphabetical. That's nice.
But
If this is about avoiding suspicion, to their own murder weapon.
Desmond.
I call
I should agree with Elias.
Desmond is the killer.
Alright, okay, so right.
I was barely in my dorm to begin with.
Because he wanted to draw attention away from your weapons haul.
But
If this is about avoiding suspicion, why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired? I don't think a killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
Oh my god. No. Oh my god.
I call it revenge.
So bad at this game.
Desmond is the killer!
I had no idea the gun even existed. I was banging my door to begin with. First, you wanted to draw attention away from your weapon drawer. If this is about avoiding suspicion, why did Desmond say the teaser gun was fired? I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
That's so sensitive. Hello? I was right
call
on
it
that.
reverse
That's-
psychology.
That
You
is...
sprinkle in a little helpfulness,
Can I, like, adjust my settings?
and
No.
suddenly
Everyone trusts you.
That was not my fault. I was right on that.
Desmond is the
I'm
killer!
running out of time. Awesome.
I had no idea the gun even existed. I was banging my door to begin with. First, you wanted to draw attention away from your weapon drawer. If this is about avoiding suspicion, why did Desmond say the teaser gun was fired?
It's a great...
I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder
Here.
weapon.
Oh my god! What the hell?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so it's not even that then.
Desmond is the killer!
I had no idea the gun even existed. I was barely in my dorm to begin with.
Because you wanted to draw attention away from your weapons hoard!
But
If this is about avoiding suspicion, why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired?
I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
I'm gonna run out of time.
I call it reverse psychology.
You sprinkle in a little helpfulness,
Not that.
and suddenly everyone trusts you. When the murder happens,
Desmond is the killer!
I had no idea the gun even existed. I was barely in my dorm to begin with.
Because you wanted to draw attention away from your weapons hoard!
but
If this is about avoiding suspicion, why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired?
I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
was with Desmond.
I call it reverse psychology.
Okay, I'm thinking, so I'm gonna run out of time.
Desmond is the killer!
Not exactly what it
The
was.
taser gun came from his room!
Oh, shoot, I just missed it.
I
I had no idea the gun even existed. I was banging my door to begin with. First, you wanted to draw attention
Refute that.
away from your weapon drawer. If this is about avoiding suspicion, why did Desmond say the teaser gun was fired? I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon. Where's the Desmond? I call it reverse psychology. You sprinkle in a little helpfulness, and suddenly everyone trusts you. When the murder happens,
Okay.
Desmond
right.
is the killer! The taser gun
came from his
What? You think I'm wrong? Go on then. Tell me how I'm wrong.
Oh, I don't know.
Desmond is the killer.
Okay, so it's taser gun, Toshika's sketch class, George's testimony, and blackout. More about the blackout. That confirms that they were together, but apparently it's not right. Oh my god, okay.
came from his
Oh my god.
You think I'm wrong? Go on then. Tell me. Desmond is the killer. From his room.
I had no idea the gun even existed.
I was barely.
Where am I going to begin with? First, you wanted to draw attention away from your weapon drawer. This is about avoiding suspicion.
Why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired?
I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
Was with Desmond.
I call it reverse psychology. You
Reverse
sprinkle in a
psychology.
little
Oh, that would
helpfulness,
be refuting.
and suddenly everyone trusts you.
When the murder happened,
I don't know.
Desmond is the killer. The taser gun.
I had no idea the gun even existed. I was barely my door to begin with. First, you wanted to draw attention away from your weapon drawer. This is about avoiding suspicion. Why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired? I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon. Where's the Desmond?
I call it reverse psychology.
What? You're going to be pedantic about the death.
So it's not reverse
Desmond
psychology.
is the killer.
I don't know what I'm supposed to. Hang on.
The taser gun came from his room.
No. Okay.
You think I'm wrong? Go on then. Desmond is the killer.
I'm refuting.
Taser gun came from his room. You think I'm... Go on
I
then.
really don't know.
Desmond is the killer. The taser gun came from his room.
Okay, I'm
You
not
think... Go
repeating
on
that.
then.
I'm doing
Desmond
so
is the
poorly.
killer. The taser gun came from his room.
I had no idea the gun even existed.
Then I'm probably
I was barely my door to
agreeing
begin
with
with. First, you wanted to draw attention away from your weapon drawer. This is about avoiding suspicion. Why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired? I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
I really do not know.
Desmond. What are you talking
Okay.
about? Desmond is the killer. The taser gun came from his room.
I had no
Okay.
idea the gun even existed. I was barely in.
My door to begin with.
Because he wanted to draw attention.
Away from your weapon drawer. This is about avoiding suspicion. Why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired? I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder
I'm
weapon.
so stupid.
Desmond.
What? This is bullshit.
I call it reverse psychology. You sprinkle in a little helpfulness,
And then all over time again.
when the murder happened,
I am so bad at this.
Desmond is the killer.
the taser gun came from his room. I had no idea the gun even existed. I was barely my door to begin with. First, you wanted to draw attention away from your weapon drawer.
Or are we?
This is about avoiding suspicion. Why did Desmond say the taser gun was fired?
Are we refuting?
I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
Desmond, maybe?
Where's the Desmond? I call it reverse psychology.
Oh,
You
God.
sprinkle in a little helpfulness,
Maybe I'm
everyone trusts you.
refuting Desmond. I
When
don't
the
know.
murder happened,
Desmond is the killer. The taser gun came from his room.
I had no idea the gun even existed.
I was barely.
Guys. What am I doing? I thought I would be smart enough for. Okay, now I'm frozen, so that's really fun. Alright, it's gonna take me so long. save my progress. Actually, I swear. Oh. Can you please not do this? I don't know if I should, like, close it and reopen it. I'm worried that it's not gonna save my progress, so I'm gonna have to start over. Although, if I do that, I can change my difficulty to easy. So it might be worth it, I guess. Okay, bear with me. Let's try this again. Please do not reset me. I will cry. But maybe do reset me, because then I can change my difficulty. So it takes so long to catch up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart. Awesome. Lovely. Okay. Oh. Yeah.
Welcome, like I'll try. You if happy.
Can Wolfgang?
Oh.
Have you? That's
no. If Bryn, she's
Because it was, you know.
Grace?
Grace?
Does that?
Well, nobody.
And
Damon is sweet.
You got
What?
if the
It's
then
gonna drag it out
you
so
told.
much. Just putting it in a crash again.
But
That's good.
there.
You.
Actual.
Let me, like, save after every
I got it.
thing.
The reason not everyone experienced a blackout, if I had to guess,
Because we were the ones who brought.
Oh,
What makes you think she'd
awesome.
be privy to
Okay,
that?
lovely.
You see.
Jet
Only I knew this. So I could probably only save during gameplay sections. Let's see. I don't know what this one was.
Why don't you tell everyone the truth, Grace?
I've got nothing else to explain. The last I saw
What was this?
Wolfgang, he was in our dorm room.
Okay, here we
Right,
go.
Toshiko's fast class. You know, we disagree with
Found those
Brianna.
Maybe Wolfgang was.
No, that's wrong.
Is it still stuck on the loading screen?
it's true Grace's testimony is inconsistent with where we found Wolfgang's body.
This is
That's not
Scott.
Grace's fault.
My bad, guys. Okay. Are we...
The only person you should be blaming
There
is
we go.
Wolfgang himself.
What are we checking? No.
This
This is it.
I might have been able to save there. I really need to save. Go to F3.
Is this really how you guys think Wolfgang died?
Okay, this one.
The bloody knife is way too big of a coincidence. It was floating in the water right next to him.
Not just that.
Yeah, I know how to confuse him.
Come on, Wolfgang.
No, that's wrong! In this game is so cringe.
Jet, but did you... I figured... This is it.
Don't waste my time.
Okay, and then this one. This one I remember.
Two things. First, Ulysses explained the
What are you
being
doing?
funny.
That?
Yeah.
What does Q like actually even do?
While the generator may look suspicious, consider the time frame we're working with. If the only time you saw the generator in full working condition was on the day of our kidnapping, that gives us a period of almost 4 days.
Okay.
In which the generator might have...
What about the blackout? It's impossible for the generator to cause the blackout if it was already broken prior to the tournament.
What about... The building may very well... Not the smartest argument from a supposed ultimate debate.
Yeah, got it.
What about the... The building may very
great.
well have
Keep
lost its
forgetting.
power at any point before or after the...
I'll confirm those words! When the blackout...
Yeah.
Okay, and then...
I got it.
Okay, we're back. I still have no clue.
Desmond is the killer!
So it is. Hang on. Blackout. Taser and Toshiko's touch.
The taser gun came from his
So what was
room!
like Royce's testimony?
I had no idea the gun.
I was barely my door to begin with. First, you wanted to draw attention.
A weapon?
From your weapon core! If this is about avoiding suspicion, why did Desmond see the pieces on the fire? I don't think the killer would draw attention to their own murder weapon.
I was with Desmond.
I call. What are you?
Yeah. I'm just
Desmond is the
guessing at this
killer!
point.
The taser gun came from his room! I had no idea the gun would
Existed. I was barely in my dorm to...
Nope. Guys, what do I do here? No, we're not doing this again. You have actually got to be joking me. So just refuting Desmond just break the game? Alright, I'm gonna end and then just leave my computer on and pray that it unfreezes. And if it does, then I'll resume. But this is so lame. I'm not a huge fan of this. Alright, well, bye for now.